This partly on request from our very own Mike Sanders, who sent the beginning of this to me. And I would like to present this with apologies to both St. Nicholas and to Morley's ghost, for reasons that you will see shortly. For those of you who don't remember A Christmas Carol, that's from A Christmas Carol. 'Twas the strike before Christmas, when all through the school the workers would picket and then work to rule. They hoped that the action would help to make clear that conditions were worsening year after year. Some bosses didn't care what the strike was about, so met up for a chat and to just wait it out. They talked about ways to pay less and get more, and of building new buildings with their names on the door. When outside of the boardroom arose such a clatter, they jumped up from their chairs to see what was the matter. At the door they beheld a figure of dread, who looked them all over and then shook her head. I'm the impending phantom of HE in Britain. I'll show you the past and some things not yet written. All at once they were outside and saw twinkling lights in houses and offices spread through the night, people marking and reading, trying hard not to shirk, but falling asleep over huge stacks of work. Who are these, asked the VCs, who don't get to rest? And the ghost replied, they're the ones you should know best. University workers up all over town, working late, but they know they'll be beaten back down by metrics and measures, by rankings and more, with TEFs and with refs and with NSS scores. They're pushed past the limits of human endurance, then chastised by deans in their yearly appearance. And it's not just the lecturers feeling so sad, it's tons of employees all getting mad, facing less secure contracts and more work each day, with less hope for a future and decreasing pay. The VCs started muttering and wringing their hands. It's not our decision, it's market demands. Said the Phantom, that's bollocks. But if you don't care about staff, let's watch students and see how they'll fare. And then they were looking in a quick change of scenes at a room full of students packed in like sardines. This, said the ghost, is what school will be like if the workers just cave and decide not to strike. We'll lose all the value of good education, of world-leading research, and of knowledge creation. The students had paid over £9,000 for a couple technicians just making the rounds, ensuring the screens were all broadcasting fine, a digitized robot reading his lines. No questions, no thinking, no growing took place, of engagement, support, or real learning, no trace. Dead-eyed, motionless students sitting row upon row, served by deader-eyed staff whose spirits were low. One VC was excited and asked, will they buy it? Because this would solve all of our problems if we try it. And the Phantom replied, I can't even be arsed to rhyme this because that is such a fucking stupid question. Of course it doesn't. Real learning depends on qualified staff earning decent wages in decent conditions who are able to dedicate time and energy to their students. How could you possibly be qualified as a VC if you have so little knowledge about education? Then the ghost disappeared, left them all with this thought, that research should be done and students be taught by qualified people with support provided by professional staff whose input they derided, all paid decent wages and in good conditions with permanent posts and respected positions. And the VCs all promised, and this time for real, we'll come back to the table and work out a deal.